Hang on a minute. Right, okay, sound, go ahead. Talking Reds, I'm going to start this again because I forgot the date already.
50, it says on there, you fucking
Tuesday.
Leave all this in for what?
Tuesday.
So unprofessional, Andrew.
Fuck off. That was you.
I got to remember he done that though before that. Start again.
Hi, Talking Reds, Tuesday the 15th of January. You got the dream team today, myself, Kevin Walsh.
Hello.
Here we are to bring you your daily dose of, well, the usual nonsense. Bit of a weird one, bit of a midweek, but for the first time in ages, it seems like there's not a game every other day for the Reds.
We better get used to it, hadn't we? Our players just going on lovely little holidays to Benidorm, as we've previously discussed, and then doing loads of training.
Marathon, not a sprint now.
That's it.
Where would you go for warm weather training?
Benidorm, of course. Take the lads there, see how they got on.
Benidorm?
Nah, they go to La Manga, don't they? Go to La Manga, all set fire extinguishers off for each other.
It's not too far though, is it? I mean, you know.
To Benidorm, just for one night, for the ones who've been good.
One night only, for the winners.
I'd go.
Yeah, have a game 7-aside and that, and then the winners get to Benidorm, the others have got like a Rafa Benitez slog for the rest of the year. Honestly, that's not to say there's been no Liverpool action over the past couple of days. Last night, the under-23s played Brighton, the academy, drew 1-1. The new Dutch Beckenbauer, after making his debut, got sent off.
Well, I think he just wants to let everyone know he is a bit scouts. Got a little sending off, but didn't agree with it, so went for the linesman apparently, didn't he? So fair play to him.
Hey.
I like a little bit of, got to have a little bit of attitude, haven't you? Especially if you're going to play centre half. Look at Carragher, remember he threw his pounder back at the Arsenal fans?
I just love to think he said to the linesman, do you know who I am? Do you know? Remember my name? My name?
Everyone knows his name now, don't they, after that performance against Wolves?
I mean, there is some footage, if you look at my timeline from back in the day before he'd signed and no one really knew who he was. Someone had spotted him out playing for Ajax and put up a couple of videos of some
and text you?
Yeah. Put in some meaty tackles. So he's got form for throwing a big one in, so yeah.
That's what you want of them, especially at that age, because you can sort of train that, not out of them as such, but like harness the aggression.
Stephen when he first got it.
Carragher was the same, harness that aggression and it becomes a real tool for you, doesn't it? So, listen, if he's going to get sent off with the under-23s is where you want him to do it.
And by all accounts, he wasn't even sending off anyway, which I think that's why he's wound up. But
I think it was more it was a professional foul, wasn't it? So, which would suggest it was probably a last man type of thing rather than an actual...
But the argument was that he wasn't the last man in there, but he probably doubled down on it by telling the referee to fuck off.
Yeah, that probably didn't help, did it, especially at that age.
Speaking of referees, how is your dad?
He's a prick as well. I'm only messing pops.
Yeah, so Liverpool took a 1-0 lead, Rafa Camacho scoring. It's been a bit of a funny one for him this month because the start of the month it looked like he was nailed on to come to Sporting Lisbon on loan, and since then he's made his first team debut, he's played and scored again yesterday, and even the manager's come out and said no, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, but I seen Klopp interviewed on it the other day, or asked a question in one of his press conferences, and he was absolutely, there was no way Camacho was leaving, which I thought that's fair enough. Obviously that must have been why Klein's being let go, because he sees him as maybe a potential, if we do have a drop down of 2 or 3 players, you can throw him in there. I thought it's done okay against Wolves. It's hard to judge in a game like that because obviously if you've got that many first teamers out and you put that many new players in, it's never going to look gel, it's never going to look smooth, is it? But he done okay and he gets forward and that's exactly what you need to do in this Liverpool team.
I mean, and you talk about Hover and Camacho again, obviously we're in the second half of the season now and the Liverpool squad, and you think, I know we went up the cup to Wolves, but if there's one benefit from it is that they both got first team minutes in their legs. And you know, I'm not saying they should play every game or anything like that, but you'd be a lot more comfortable now having seen them in first team action if they're called upon. No, than what you might have been.
Yeah, but I think that's the only shame for me about going out to the FA Cup is the fact that they're only getting the one game. Whereas if you've got a lower league team, because obviously Wolves in the Premier League, if you've got a lower league team next round, you'd probably expect them to get a few more minutes in the legs, which wouldn't do them any harm. But by the same token, at least it gives all the rest of the first team squad the time.
It's one less of a distraction as well, isn't it?
Precisely. We've got 16 more cup finals, haven't we? And that's all we need to be concentrating.
So about 16 more cup finals. Onto the second best team in the country. Man City played Wolves last night, and it was a bit of a letdown really. I got my hopes up a little bit for Wolves, and then you know the referee decided, well, I'm on telly, so you know let's just make this as easy as possible for Manchester City.
I didn't have any hope for them, if I'm totally honest. I know they've got a good record against the top 6 this year, but after City beating us, if we'd have beat City I think on 10 points clear, I think you could have seen us maybe going and walking away with the league. But as it is now, we're going to win the league by a very typically Liverpool performance. I'd imagine where they'll be ups and downs and highs and lows before we get there. So
with that kind of squad, though, it's not like they need a helping hand, though.
No, but to be fair, it was a terrible decision from the referee for me. It was the same as very similar to the Company one, very similar to the Van Dijk one, none of which I don't think any of them are dead cards, if I'm totally honest. The lads got the ball.
10 years ago, it's not even a foul, is it?
Well, that's it. I don't think they are fouls. I think the lad's gone in and got the ball. The problem is momentum's carried him through. But when he's at the ball, Bernardo Silva's half a yard away. So Silva's momentum's taking him in as well.
Here's the mad thing. I think if it's in the area, he's less likely to blow for a foul. Because then he's got to give a penalty as well.
Yeah, because
if centre-half's on the ball.
Because you describe it as a great last-ditch tackle and or a great block or whatever. And I think it's something they could do with getting the referees together and saying, listen, we understand the need for this. If you're reckless and you're endangering an opponent, that's fine. But you can't not slide in just because you're worried about your momentum carrying you through. Especially because, again, it's another example of two players not coming at each other head on. They're coming at each other at an angle. Yeah. So it's impossible for the defender to make that tackle and not carry on through. But he doesn't know where the man's going to be. So for me, it could do it sorting out. And obviously, it's one of them. You're bemoaning the fact last night that Wolves have had the man sent off. But if it had happened to City, they'd been laughing their head off.
No, I know that. But you look at it though. So they scored the first goal. And they have the man sent off. So the first goal early on, which I think there was a
6 or 7 minutes. It's the same goal he scored every week, innit? Sané's on that side and then puts it across.
And then they get a man sent. Wolves get a man sent off, and then Conor Cody scores an own goal. See what I mean?
It's the thing
and
is,
and the penalty as well, which was debatable.
But Man City 3, Wolves 0. If they were top of the league,
it's not a shock. No, it's not a shock, is it?
It's one of those games where you're going to have to live with, and I suppose if you're looking for them to drop points, they're not going to drop points every week is what I'm trying to say, so we're going to have to get used to them probably winning some of these games. But what I would say is we've already got the majority of our games left at home, and they had the majority of theirs left away, and that's another home game we've used there. So I think they've only got like 6 or 7 home games left now. And as we discussed on the show the other week, their record away from home, I think they drop points in 40% of the games or something. So if you're looking for a possible little drop off from them or a little rick or whatever, what I would say is I think it's probably going to be away games rather than at the Etihad. The empty had, as people love calling it.
Well, again, those blue seats, fancy dressing.
Did you see the official attendance figure on Sky Sports? 51,000.
Oh yeah, all paid for by corporate sponsors.
It's a joke, innit?
Mad, them traffic jams, aren't they? But we can't talk about that because they conflate the arguments into politics. But they all make it for the big games like Liverpool. Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Talking about the second best team in the country, the second best Brazilian goalie in the country last night as well.
It was
a little bit of showboating with 3-0.
They were saying about City being a little bit classless against Burton, weren't they, for giving them a tongue, which I didn't agree with. But I thought that last night, if I was a Wolves player, that would have definitely sent me over the edge and there's been another red card.
Well, to be fair, because it's a Wolves player, it comes back off him.
Yeah, he got lucky with that bit, but to be fair, he looked comfortable on the ball when he was playing the 1-2s. But again, that's the type of thing where if they make
if that's Windsor Harbour on a Saturday morning, someone's getting volleyed.
Jericho Lane, you don't do that, mate. The wind down there takes it away from you. Like, I wouldn't be that far out the goal. I'd struggle to get back into the goal from there, to be fair.
I saw that clip of you on Twitter last week playing a goal, taking that striker out. Oh no, it wasn't you. One of them. So quickly then, in other dispatches, Klopp's close friend and his best man as well, I believe, David Wagner has left Huddersfield Town by mutual consent. A bit out, both expected and unexpected in so much as the bottom of the league. It looks like they've gone, but there's no question he's done a fantastic job there.
Yeah, I think it's, the mutual consent is what they've said, isn't it? And I think for a change, it actually is a mutual consent type of thing. I think for him, he's come out and said he wants a little break from football management, doesn't he? Which is understandable, I suppose. It's a lot of pressure. Yeah, but Jürgen did have a go, didn't he? But I think he's fair play to him because he left there and they can get someone in now who can consolidate, get his eyes on players who's going to bring in the summer, and then obviously a goal coming back first time next year. Because the odds are, I don't think there's any doubt about that, they've been pretty much abject this year, but he's been a really good manager for them, and I think he'll get another job and probably
a better job.
Get a better job than what he's had there.
I mean, I said jokingly on Twitter last night, we need a number 2 to is Wagner going to replace Buvac, and then someone said Buvac go to Huddersfield. I said it jokingly on Twitter. It's amazing, really, that Josh has been trolling my social media and put it down as an action point, but no, I can't see as you said, Kev.
Pep Linders is the main man as well. We don't need to be making any changes like that. Loads of people calling for Buvac to come back after we drew a couple of games at the start of the season. But
funny that as soon as we draw the game or we're not playing, we're not attacking well.
Buvac was the brain. Well, he doesn't look well. I don't know whether he was the brain or he wasn't, but it doesn't look like we're necessarily missing him. You don't change a winning formula, so I don't think there'll be anything happening before the summer.
Absolutely not. Right, so that's it for today's Talking Reds. A couple more Talk Play shows for you today. We've got the Gutter coming out, which is being recorded shortly, and we've also got a coach home. So yeah, action-packed as always, busy week for us. Even though the Reds are having a couple of weeks off, we don't take a minute. Nice one.